Hello everyone and welcome to the start of Jam Week Fall 2020. My name is Kasanis. Guys, my students are participating in a Jam Week and we're all pretty darn excited about it. My students got to vote on a theme, and then that theme was revealed this morning. I recorded the commencement speech so you can see exactly what my students are doing, and I myself am going to participate in the jam as well. Obviously, my game is not going to be as good or as my students. They are on teams of between 6 and 7 people, and I am all by myself. I'm also kind of monitoring their stuff as well, so I'm not going to have as much time to do my stuff as they will. But each day after, the next morning, I guess, each morning, I'm going to post my results from the day before so you can see how my jam went. That's my plan anyway. Alright guys, so I'm hoping you're going to enjoy this set of videos. I'm going to try and have all my stuff that my students do as well at the very end, all the stuff that I've done so you can kind of see how we're jamming and the progression that we're making. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy. Alright guys, so welcome to Jam Week Fall 2020, and I know you guys are as excited as I am. I'm super excited to get this going, and we're going to get to the theme in just a moment. There's a couple of things that we have to talk about first. And I know you guys want to get to that theme and get to work, but there are a couple of things that we do need to talk about first. So, first off, there's going to be a couple of deliverables associated with this particular jam. I know that this is something that's supposed to be kind of relaxing, and it's still going to be, but there are a couple of deliverables that we need to take a look at. First of all, for the industry people who are examining your games afterwards, they're going to need a build of your game, so that's something you're going to be doing anyway. However, the chair of the department has also asked that we tie the jam into our various courses across the program. So the deliverables you are seeing here are going to be reflected in the grades you receive in your other course. A small amount, only 5% in each of the other courses as well. Okay, so there's going to be a couple of different deliverables. First of all, a group deliverable. So you're going to be building your game. You're going to make that build available to us on eCentennial. I'd also like you to do a short video that demonstrates your gameplay and explains your idea. This way, any of the critiquers that we have, any of the critiquers that we have are going to be able to watch that video first, kind of understand what your intention was with your game, and then go about playing your game. Okay, so both those things, the short video, 30 seconds, a minute at most. Okay, lastly, there's going to be an individual peer critique. So this is, for a lot of you, this is your first jam. You guys are nervous about it. And this is going to be kind of a way of you helping each other out and saying, here, next time, maybe consider this. All right. It's just going to be a value out of 5. So it's not going to be anything too in depth. You're just going to give each group member a grade out of 5 and let them know. Just the individual peer critique is going to be really simplistic. All you're doing is you are giving each other member of your group a critique out of 5. And we're going to use that later on to influence the grade as well. All right. So all these deliverables are due on Thursday, November the 5th. Everything about it is on eCentennial, so check that out. All right. Your groups. I hope you guys already all know your groups. Your groups were created a long time ago, so I hope that you already know your groups. If you don't, the groups are all on eCentennial in the appropriate course shell. Find your group, get to know your group, and get to work, guys. All right. Lastly, the scheduled meetings. We have some scheduled meetings. And this is not lastly. We're gonna go over a schedule, but the scheduled meeting itself. Next, scheduled meetings. Next, scheduled meetings. Our scheduled meetings, we've got a couple of here with your professors. Your professors are going to be kind of involved in your games. They're not going to be telling you how to make your game or anything like that. They're just going to show up, ask you a few questions, and help you out with whatever you need help with. We're going to be meeting on Discord. These are the times. So the first critique is going to start. So the first meeting will start with Group 1 with me at 12 o'clock. Also Group 7 with Thomas at 12 o'clock. All right, we're going to meet right on Discord in the appropriate chat location. Okay, guys, make sure you know the schedule. Please don't leave your professors waiting. All right, guys, here, for a lot of you guys, this is your first game jam. So for a lot of you guys, this is your first game jam, and I know you guys are pretty nervous about it, and you're unsure about how you should proceed. And in fact, one of the biggest problems with any jam, is that I find that jam participants often trying to do too much, right? Scope is often an issue. We try and overscope what it is we're doing. So I've put together this little schedule for you to kind of help guide you through this week. Monday, 10 a.m. commencement. That's what we're doing right now. Good job, guys. Check mark. Monday, considered as design day. Take the time to really consider the design of your game. By putting more effort up front in the design, you will actually go a lot further in the actual production of your game afterwards. Design, then production. Take time to understand exactly what you want to do. Take time to get to know your team and everyone else's strengths, and give some careful consideration to MDA, core mechanic, and your core game loop. If those are solid, if you understand the aesthetics of play, you understand your core mechanic, and you understand your core game loop, you're going to have a good game. All right? Afterwards, work on an initial mechanic / game loop paper prototype. That's all you really need in there, your core mechanic and your core game loop in a paper prototype or a simplistic digital prototype. It's up to you. Tuesday, by the end of the day, you should have a complete working testable digital prototype. It should be the entirety of your game, kind of in a nutshell here. Don't have finished art assets. You don't need anything like that yet. Really, you don't even need level, really. What you need is a sandbox in which you can test, a gray box in which you can test your mechanic and your loop, your core mechanic and your core game loop. All right. By the end of Tuesday, your testable digital prototype should be a closed loop. You should have a start and an end to your game with obviously the gameplay in the middle. Now, it's not going to be the perfect thing yet. This is just an initial prototype. It's going to let you test everything out afterwards. Same day, start thinking about things like concept art, maybe put together a few finished pieces that you can show to the rest of your team. Hey, look at this. This is what I've done. So you guys are moving forward in that way. Level design. Don't just dump the first level you've got in your head, onto the paper. Take your time, do some proper level design. Go through the level design techniques that you already know. It's not about implementing this level, it's about designing it. We're going to implement it tomorrow. On Wednesday, this is when you're going to test your prototype. Iteration. Test it, see what's working, what's not. This is when you're going to put in your initial art drop, all over your UI, all of your initial UI, your initial audio, and possibly even your initial level. By the end of the day, you're going to have your kind of initial level planned out. You've gone through, you've done some testing, you know it works, bam, put it all in. By the end of the day, you are feature locked. So don't try and add in any more on Thursday. Fix any game-breaking bugs. Dump in your complete art, your complete UI, your complete audio. Polish. As much time as you actually have. Make sure that you've polished it up so it looks really nice, all right? And again, it's not about having everything look nice. It's about creating a good game, all right? You are responsible for a gameplay video, so do your gameplay video on Thursday. I'm going to try and make all of the gameplay videos available on YouTube so kind of everyone out there can kind of see what you guys are doing. I'm super proud of you guys as students, so we're going to make sure that your gameplay videos are up. By the end of the day, 10 p.m., all of your jam deliverables must be on eCentennial. All right, and we can talk about the idea of an itch.io jam page as well. If you guys want one, we can do that. Let me know. We can talk about it over the week, and we can set up a jam page so that everyone can kind of download your games if you'd like. All right, Friday, we are going to have public review of the games. So all of you guys will have submitted your games. Your professors are going to play through it, some of your professors, and some industry people. We're going to play through your games, and we're going to do a public review of the games. Okay. So that is the schedule. It's just a loose schedule. I mean, you guys can do what you want, obviously. This is kind of a fun week, but I recommend kind of following something like this, and you'll get everything done. That's going to take us to the results of the voting. So, voting results, round 1, I took the top 6 in here. Death is Not the End was number 1 with 9 votes, and we had a number of additional ones that were really close. 8 votes, 7 votes for Connected Worlds. So we had a bunch that were really close. I took the top 6, and the top 6 went into round 2. So round 2 decided the theme, and Death is Not the End was the number 1 choice. 13 votes. You had a total of 50 correct responses. 50 people actually participated in the second round. Death is Not the End won. Death is Not the End is your theme for Jam Week 2020. All right, guys. I know you're excited. I can see you guys are already all leaving, and that's perfectly fine. Go start your work, everyone. I'm going to be available at 12 o'clock for group 1. All right, I'll see you guys there.